My friends, this is Dr. B, the best doctor in medicine. I want you to never forget that after more than 30 years at high level in medicine, Dr. B genuinely loves you and Dr. B genuinely cares about you. Dr. B is the most caring doctor in medicine. Today, Dr. B wants to talk to you about the risk of HIV infection in the sexual acts that involve a penis and a rectum or a penis and a vagina. So I went on the PubMed to do a thorough review of the scientific medical literature, medical studies, not what people said on Google, on Facebook, on blah, 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 on YouTube. Scientific medical evidence that I have collected on PubMed. And I came up with the following figures for the risk of getting HIV infection, this nasty virus of HIV, right? If you have sex with a partner that is infected. And I came up with the following table. Receptive anal sex, receptive vaginal sex, insertive anal sex, insertive vaginal sex. And here are the risks of each of these sexual acts, the risk of getting HIV. This is not about syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia, and blah, blah, blah. It's only HIV. Receptive anal sex means if you are a man or a woman or anything in between and you have a rectum and you allow a penis to enter your rectum, the penis of an infected person, and that person who is infected ejaculates into your rectum. Receptive anal sex means, for instance, me, Dr. B, I allow somebody who has a penis to ejaculate into my rectum without having a condom. Then there is a 1.4% risk that I get the HIV virus. It might seem low, but a low risk if you repeat the bad behavior. It adds up. Just like Russian roulette, you can play many times Russian roulette, even if the risk is low. Eventually, if you keep playing, you're going to get the bullet in the head, right? Receptive vaginal sex. This means you are a person who has a vagina, and you allow somebody with a penis to ejaculate into your vagina without putting a condom on. So whether the guy is a man or woman or anything in between, somebody with a penis, you allow that person who is HIV plus to put his penis in your vagina. You receive the vaginal sex. Receptive vaginal sex. Receptive vaginal sex means you receive the penis. My apologies. You receive the penis. Then, if that person ejaculates in you, you have a 0.08% chance of getting the HIV virus. Guys, these are the results of scientific medical studies. I'm not inventing this. I didn't get this from somebody who said this on YouTube or Facebook or Google or Instagram. This is PubMed. PubMed. The scientific medical evidence. Scientific studies. Insertive anal sex. This time you have a penis and you put it in the rectum, in the butthole of somebody who has HIV, and you don't put a condom on your penis, you have a 0.4% chance of getting the HIV virus. It seems low, but if you keep repeating to put your penis unprotected in the rectum of that person who is HIV plus, well, you're going to get eventually the virus. Insertive vaginal sex This is the case of the person who has a penis and puts his penis in the vagina of a person who has HIV. And the person who doesn't have the HIV but has the penis doesn't put a condom. Then the person who puts his penis in the vagina of a person who is HIV plus has a 0.04% chance of getting the HIV virus. So you see the risks are pretty low. But again, if you keep repeating the bad behavior, whether with the same person or going constantly to clubs and sex clubs and blah, 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 eventually you're going to get the virus. Receptive anal sex means you allow somebody to ejaculate in your rectum. That person is HIV positive. Receptive vaginal sex means you allow somebody who is HIV positive to ejaculate in your vagina. Here's the risk of you getting the virus. Insertive anal sex means you put your penis without a condom into the rectum of somebody who is HIV. Here is the risk that you get the virus, HIV. Insertive vaginal sex means you put your penis without a condom in the vagina of somebody who is HIV plus. Here are the risks. Again, remember, the risks don't seem low, but they add up a lot as you repeat the bad behavior. One thing that you need to pay attention to here is that look at the difference between insertive anal sex and insertive vaginal sex. There is 10 times higher risk with insertive anal sex than insertive vaginal sex. Means if you have a penis and you put it in the rectum of somebody who is HIV plus, you have 10 times more chance of getting the HIV virus than if you were to put it in the vagina of somebody who is HIV plus. So vaginal intercourse is 10 times less risky than anal intercourse for the person who puts his penis in that rectum or the vagina, right? For the person who receives the penis, it is way more risky to receive the penis in the butt than to receive it in the vagina. So if you have a vagina, right, and you have sex with a person who is infected and he is HIV plus, look how higher is the risk if you allow that person to ejaculate in your rectum compared to if you allow that person to ejaculate in your vagina. 1.4 compared to 0.08. I forgot to say that when I talk about vaginal sex in this case and this case, it is time when there is no period. If the person who has the vagina, whether in this case or that case, is having menstruation, then the risk of getting the HIV or giving the HIV is way more. So vaginal sex during menstruation is at higher risk for both partners, for the person who is giving the vagina and for the person who is putting the penis in the vagina, right? So these two figures for vaginal sex, whether it's receptive or insertive, these two figures are not during menstruation, outside of menstruation. Okay? So it tells you about how dangerous it is when you repeat and repeat and repeat. Eventually you're going to get the nasty virus. So always have protected sex, right? Guys, Dr. B loves you. Dr. B cares about you. Dr. B brings you the science, not my opinion. My opinion, even if I give it, it's based on the scientific medical literature that I read constantly on PubMed. I don't read anything that these idiots say on Facebook, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Or this artificial intelligence doctor. No. I read and I learn from way more experienced older doctors and surgeons on PubMed. I read the scientific medical journals. I receive 8 of them every month at my beautiful apartment. In addition, I go on PubMed, the scientific medical studies, not the bullshit of everyone, and there's a ton of bullshit everywhere. Dr. B took the Hippocratic Oath more than 30 years ago, and I promised I will always bring you the scientific medical evidence, the scientific medical truth, and I will never put my interest above yours. Always you above me, regardless of your gender, ethnicity, color of your skin, political affiliation, race, blah, 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 color of your skin, Christian, Hindu, Muslim, Jewish, atheist, whatever katso you are, whether you have a penis or vagina or anything in between your legs. I love you, and that's why I went into medical school. Put your comments, your question, any katso you want to ask. I promise I will get back to you in my beautiful but super busy life. Kap kunna krap, sawadee krap. Thank you for your viewership. I talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.